I made $17,274 just in May so far this month, and we're only 24 days in, without a business, without any sort of big team, without any sort of crazy degree either. And I've never been to college. I'm literally just 20 years old, and I'm living in Bangkok, Thailand, across the world, and I've been able to make this amount of money. And I've been able to do it through just Zoom calls with one skill, which I'll break down, and I'll break down exactly how you can get into it as well. But just to put it into perspective and just to prove that absolutely anyone can do this, I was working as a cook about 1 year ago and literally making $20 per hour from a restaurant called Hooters. And I did not go to college, and today, in less than a year, I am now making multiple six figures per year online. And it's just because I've been able to learn this one skill. And the skill is the skill of sales. And it's the most important skill you can learn. And I recommend every young guy should learn it, because right now online there's an absolute boom. And in the e-learning industry specifically, I'm sure you've heard of guys like Iman Ghazi, Sebastian Georgiou, Wes Watson, Alex Hormozy. All of these guys need salespeople desperately. They need online closers, which is what I've been doing. And that's just to name like the top guys in the space, but there's absolutely hundreds. There's thousands in every single niche you can think of. And there's coaches, there's consultants, there's agencies, and these people are just teaching, a skill or teaching business to their followers, to their audience, and these people want to buy their high ticket programs from them. So as a sales rep, this is literally just what I've been doing to make $17,000 so far this month. You're just selling the program on their behalf to the leads that they have that already want to buy. So it's pretty simple. You don't have to worry about any of like the fulfillment. You don't have to build a whole business. And it's pretty easy once you land a really good opportunity with one of these coaches, influencers, or agencies that have good leads, because the people that you get onto the phone with already want to buy. All right. And so there's massive opportunity right now, and I've gotten a ton of my success from just doing sales for a guy that teaches people how to invest into the stock market properly. So these people want to learn from him, they want to buy his mentorship program, and I'm basically just meeting them over Zoom. I'm making sure that he can actually help them. And then if they have a problem that we can solve and they have goals, then I basically just show them the program, and usually it's around $5,000 depending on the program. There's a few different ones. And once they buy it, usually 40% of the people I talk to end up buying it, and it's around $5,000. And from that, I make over $600 at a 12% commission. All right, so you don't have to take that many calls. You can still travel. I've been to like 9 countries just so far in 2024. And I've been taking Zoom calls a few times per day, usually about 4 to 6 per day. And it's allowed me to live a very unique life, and just a life that I think anyone would want to live, especially if you're young. Maybe you have sales experience already, and you really want to just travel, you want your freedom back, and you want to just kind of live your life the way that you want to live it, and you want more flexibility. Doing online sales is perfect if you want those things, because you don't have the stress of like building an entire business, kind of like I said, and you just have to learn this one skill. And once you learn this skill, you never have to worry about money ever again, because there's always somebody that needs a person that can sell for them. And essentially there's 3 steps that you really need to get into this and get to the point where you can make, first off $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and then eventually $15,000 to $20,000 every single month. And the first thing you need to do is just learn basic sales skills. All right, and this can be done through reading books. It can be done through watching and listening to podcasts on sales, marketing. I'm not really marketing, mostly just sales, but just business podcasts, just understanding how to sell and what sales is. All right. So that's the first step. And that's really what's going to prepare you for once you actually land a role, all right, which is the second step. And this is the most important step in my opinion, because the vehicle that you're in, the opportunity that you're in, is going to drive your success more than your sales skills. It's really the vehicle you're in plus your work ethic that's going to define how successful you can be. And so I really focus on this for myself, and it's how I've been able to make such good money. I'm not like the best salesman in the world. I'm not Jordan Belfort out here, but I'm still making more than sales reps that have been in sales for 10 to 20 years, just because I'm in the online industry, so there's lots of opportunity there. And in the online industry, I go for the best opportunities with influencers that have really warm leads that already want to buy. So that once I get on the phone with them, they're pretty much ready to go. They just have a couple concerns, and I basically help them work through that. I collect the payment and I take 12%, and then I go on to the next call. So the vehicle that you're in is the most important, to digress. And I use and I teach my students a few different ways to actually do this. And if you want to learn how to land a role more in depth, I have another video on it. But if you want one-to-one mentorship on just like learning sales as well as landing a super solid role and knowing how to tell the difference between a bad role and a really good role, so you can make over $10,000 a month from anywhere in the world, I have a mentorship, so you can book a call with me below just to see if I can help you, see if you would be a good fit for the mentorship, and we can just speak there and go from there. So obviously landing a role is super important. I teach my students a few different ways to land a role. So I teach them LinkedIn, I teach them Upwork, and I teach them my YouTube outreach method. But overall, the goal is just to get your foot in the door and pretty much work up from an appointment setter to a closer if you have no experience. And as a setter, you can make $4,000 to $8,000 a month, literally just starting out. And then after a couple months, once you gain some experience, this is exactly what I did. You can move up to a closing position where you're the person that's actually taking the payment over the phone. And that's where you can start to make the big bucks, the 10K per month, 15K per month, 20K per month, and much higher from there with work and with time as well. And once you land a role, basically the last step that you need is just ramping up and scaling from there. So that's kind of what I mentioned already, but just finding better opportunities potentially, and just getting really, really good at sales, all right? Because the better you get at sales, combined with a good opportunity, the more money you're going to make. So the three things is the work ethic, the opportunity / the vehicle you're in, as well as how good you are at sales. That's the combination that you need to get to the $20,000 per month. And like I said, I've literally been able to go from a cook flipping burgers to mixing all those together, getting to that $20,000 per month in less than a year. And I know for my students in my mentorship right now, some of them are like beating my pace on that. They're even better than me. So I'm not like the best at it. And that's the results I've been able to see. I'm not that smart either. I got like a 2.0 GPA in high school. So I'm not that special, and you can absolutely do it too. But you need this kind of roadmap to get there. You need to plan it out. And like I said, first thing you need to do is just learn the basic skill of sales. And once you do that, you'll actually be able to unlock your freedom. You'll be able to travel the world. You'll be able to just design your own schedule. And it's way better than door-to-door sales because you have those two things. And instead of just like knocking doors 10 to 12 hours a day, you can travel the world. You can move to Thailand if you want. You can go to Spain in the summer. You can fly to see your parents whenever you want. And you'll actually have the financial means, you'll have the time, and you'll have the flexibility to actually do so. And I have a lot of other videos on how you can actually land a role. So make sure you guys check those out. But until then, see you guys in the next one.